Didn't feel very good. So this is the current status of my house. We're in the dining room right now. We got everything removed, except for the flooring we're gonna be putting down later. And the first thing I think we're gonna do is remove this wall. We have no idea why they built the walls to be this ridiculously thick. We think it might be an aesthetic thing. We think it might be stupidity, but we wanna open this up first just in case there's some issues in there. We can resolve those now and then have a game plan to continue. I have to live in this house too while we continue to do this renovation. So first thing we're gonna do is plastic up the kitchen because eating is important when you're this size. And we've got, like, my couches are literally right behind the camera. Weep, sound effects. Whew. So, a little plastic, then we destroy. And so it begins. Current state of affairs, we've got half of this wall pretty much exposed. And the good news is, we figured out why they had the wall doubled up. This used to have was probably a sliding door in it, because there's still a track up there. But what we're gonna try to do is essentially just get this side of the wall out so we can cut the other side into chunks and pull it out like that instead of having to deal with all the rubble. The rubble sucks. Barney rubble doesn't suck. I miss it. It's like exciting to get into a job like this. I mean, I think Sam will agree. But when you do, it just sucks. This is why the wall is so damn wide. They had a little door used to be in it. Quite interesting to see how times have changed. Who the hell wants doors? I don't like locked doors. So we've hit the point of extreme boob sweat. We got that first wall out. Isn't it absurdly large? Like, it feels so much bigger in here, doesn't it, Sam? Mm-hmm. It's incredible. Instead of knocking all this plaster down like we just did, we're gonna try to cut it out in sheets. That way we can carry it out to the dumpster and make it a little simpler. And that's because we actually have access to the entire thing. I think it's a good plan. Ooh, another thing. When we cut into the front side of these, none of these boards pinched because there's no load. If you're doing anything like this yourself and you cut a board that's in a wall and they pinch together, stop. Call someone who knows what the hell they're doing, have them come look at it, because that means that they're transferring weight from somewhere else in the house and you's about to make a big mistake. Amateur tip, not a pro tip, because I'm not a pro at this. I'm a pro at sticking pieces of wood together, making them bigger and smaller and bigger.
My knees don't feel quite like they used to.
Feel very good.
I don't think I got through this side. It's awesome. My house got bigger without doing anything. Except taking out a wall.
I don't know what the hell I'm doing, guys, so I called some pros over at Barnyard Cabinets. Give me a second here. I'm gonna talk to someone that knows what's going on. My kitchen's through here, right? I was planning on rebuilding that wall back out and putting the cabinets that way. This was the cabinet we were gonna take from here and flip it. But now that I have that other room open, I kind of love the openness of it, and I don't know if I want to work the kitchen into the other room. We'll get some pros in here tomorrow, get a real opinion on what to do with this, and then Sam and I will potentially not destroy everything. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Hello, good people. Day 2 in the remodel. What we've got here is brick. There's gonna be brick behind this. Now we could potentially have another fireplace. So we're gonna take big hammers and whack this thing open, exposing the brick and creating the most brilliant ambiance ever. Let's go. What if that just came down? That would rule. Definitely not brick. That's wood. I'm gonna need a shovel. Magic shovel! Third fireplace I found in my house. Well, I actually knew that 2 of them were there. Second discovery fire. I don't know if Sarah's actually going to be surprised by this fireplace because we had a good feeling it was going to be here just because there was one upstairs, but who knows? Maybe she will be surprised and it'll make for good internet content.
Oh, wow.
Look, I was just raking out the fireplace. What do you think?
Wow, it's perfect.
I stink. Smell it.
No.
Smell it.
No, I'm in my work clothes. Stop.
So this is the absolute worst part of exposing brick. I'm about to hit it with an angle grinder and a wire wheel. You're probably not gonna be able to see anything after 30 seconds. Probably plug it in. Demo day 3. We only got a couple hours yesterday because we had to be adults in the morning. So today we're gonna take out this built-in, and I don't wanna get a single comment from any of you on how beautiful this vintage thing is and I should redo it and all that BS, because you're wrong. It's like 10¼ inches deep. The hardware's poo, and it was done on the cheap. I love how in old homes you just stuff gaps with newspaper.
You know what else we use?
I don't know. Something insulating, perhaps? Let's see. These are classifieds. Arc Welders Electric Experience. Investment Property, Fairmont North.
Help win the war. Order your coal now.
So that's sounding World War II-ish. And I finally got a date. See if that's focusing. The Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, Wednesday, September 30th, 1942. Which is crazy because right now it's October 2nd. So it was literally, if we'd have done this 2 days ago, it would have been, what's that? 60, 70, 77 years since this was put in. 77 years and 3 days old. Now that we got that built-in ripped out, the last bit of demo in this space is gonna be getting rid of this door. This is what you call a pocket door. Some might call it a pocket hole door. That's Hank, no Hank. But it's made of cheap poo-poo materials. This is a piece of plywood, it's not hardwood, and it's also made of Doug fir. And it's pretty much like inusable in our house. It just makes the space so claustrophobic, as well as this wall is about 12 inches thick. So Sam and I are going to blast into this thing, see if we can find out how they're distributing the load throughout the house, see if we can open this doorway up. Our thoughts, as we've said in earlier videos, is that we can get the door opening to about here, really make that room kind of feel opened up, and also really help the entryway. So time to put the gas mask back on and peel into another wall. Let's do it. So what we've got, this is actually kind of close to what Sam and I thought. So right about where we get to the width of the door, if I was to slide this in, it would come to right here. The boards go from running this way for face screwing. You can see you don't transfer the house load on typically in a 2x4 that's facing this direction. They flip it to here, where it's now facing perpendicular instead of parallel to these faces, which, to what we think, and we're going to call someone that actually knows what they're talking about, means that the load is transferred and there should be a header beam in here. So we're going to keep poking holes. So we've been at a standstill for about 5 days or so on this wall because I wanted to get an engineer in here, make sure that we're doing it all properly. So we are going to take this thing down today. But first, we've got to go get our LVL beam parts and some lumber to build some temporary walls so my house doesn't fall down when we take this thing out. Let's go. Ah. So we're just getting back from the lumber yard. We went over there and met with one of their engineers on staff. It was actually pretty awesome. And that would be a helicopter. We bought that too. No, we didn't. Beam. So we just got back from the lumber yard. We went over there and met with one of their structural engineers on staff. He got me all the stuff that I need. If you're gonna do anything like this, make sure you get an engineer. Don't be an idiot and try to do it yourself. Everything we've got here is spec'd and it's to code, which is awesome because I have no idea what any of that was, and it was super helpful. So I'd suggest looking into your local area, see if your lumber distributor, whoever's selling you these LVLs, if they have anyone that can help you out. If you can't get your own structural engineer, whom I also contacted, because I know everyone. Now, we got to get a game plan to get these in the house. All right. People who tend to watch me, it's game time.
Wait, people watch this?
So we're gonna cut out half this wall, remove the door, and then Sam and I are gonna take an axe to the door because we know one bunch of you are gonna say, but John, that door's so beautiful. Why would you throw it away? Don't worry about me. Just taking a header out. No, it's not gonna fit through the window. Damn it! Right. So I tried to pull the door out gently. It's giving us some issues, so I think I got a better idea.
And I'll blow your house in.
Hey, Sam! Coming for ya! Where's Johnny? Ow. Oh hey, we just wrapped demo, which means we gotta start using the little bits of the brains that we have left to properly joist, jack, king, frame, beam this thing. Actually, we've got spec drawings and stuff from the engineer. We know what we're doing. We have a good game plan. Everything's cleaned up, ready to rock and roll. We've got a notch, widen the notch for our beams in the ceiling and stuff, but none of that matters because that's gonna be on the next video. And if you wanna see it, you gotta subscribe. You gotta come find us there. We will catch you